Okay, we're going to do the next page on the IB Apps Chapter 2 review. So here's the next page. Triangle ABC is a triangular field on a horizontal ground. The lengths AB and AC are shown, and the angle of BCA is 78 degrees. Okay, so find the size of angle ABC. So we want to find this angle. Okay. We want to find angle B. Okay, so we're going to use law of sine, and given the information here, we know the angle and the side across, we know this side, and we want to find that angle that's across. So sine rule, and I'm going to say sine of angle B over 50 equals sine of 78 over 70. We cross multiply, and we get 70 times sine B equals 50 times sine 78. And then I divide both sides by 70. I get sine B equals 50 sine 78 over 70. You might want to hit pause. I type this into the calculator, and then I get sine B equals 0.698677. On my calculator, I hit second sign to get the inverse calculation. And let's put that decimal, 0.698677. And then I get the answer of 44.3 degrees. So angle B equals 44.3 degrees. Okay. Find the area of the field. So, if I know this is 44.3, to find the area of the field, I need the angle between the two sides that I know the length of. This is 70, and that's 50, so I'm going to need this angle right there. So, but we already know this one here is 44.3, and we know this one here is 78, so I can add these together, 44.3 plus 78, and I get 122.3 degrees. And then I do 180 minus 122.3, and I end up getting 57.7 degrees. So this angle right here is 57.7. Okay, so using this information, we know that's 70 and we know that's 50. I can say the area of the triangle is 1/2 50 times 70, sine of that angle 57.7, because this is the included angle, right? This has a special name called the included angle. What does included angle mean? It's the side in between, sorry, it's the angle in between the sides that we already know. It's included in between the two sides. Okay. Put this into your calculator. The area of the triangle is 1,479.2. And then three significant figures. The area of the triangle is equal to 1,480 and the units is meters squared. You might want to hit pause if you need to copy this down. M is the midpoint of AC. Okay, so let's redraw our triangle. Okay, this is B, A, C, and M is the midpoint of AC. Okay, find the length of B to M. Okay, well, we already know this one here is 70. If it's the midpoint, well, we know the whole length of this line here is 50. So from the midpoint to here, that's going to have to be 25, right? If that's the midpoint. And we just found out that this is 57.7. And we want to find the length of BM, the screen line. So in order to do that, we're going to use the law of cosine rule. And I'm going to use these two sides in the included angle. So I'm going to say, let's just call that x, right? So x squared equals 70 squared plus 25 squared minus 2 times 25 times 70 cosine 57.7. So remember, when you're doing the law of cosine, we're finding this side here that's across from the angle that we already know, the included angle. And we've got these two sides on either side of the angle we already know, which is 57.7. And we can put all this into the calculator. You end up with x squared equals 3,654.7667. I take the square root of that. And when we take the square root of that, we're going to get that BM is equal to 60.4. And what are the units? In meters. Okay. One of the things I've noticed on recent tests is that people are not putting your answer in 3 significant figures. That's one of the most common mistakes, is not putting it in 3 significant figures. And you put your final answer in 3 significant figures, not the earlier parts. All right. You might want to hit pause if you need to copy this down. Okay, next page. A vertical mobile phone mast, TB, is built next to a field with base V, and the angle of the elevation from T to M is 63.4. N is the midpoint. N is the midpoint of the mast. Okay, so it's halfway up. Calculate the angle of elevation from N to M. Okay, so we want to find this angle right here. Okay, from there. Okay, so we don't know the height. So first of all, so we're trying to figure out this angle here. So I'm going to draw a picture down here. Here's our tower. Okay. This is M, this is B, this is T, this is N, and we know the whole angle here is 63.4, and we're trying to figure out the angle of elevation between N from M. So this angle right there. Okay. And we've got limited information, but we know from there to there is 50, and we know. So let's go back to our ground picture here. So in order to figure out what to do, we go from T to 63. Okay. N is the midpoint of the mass. So the first thing we're going to do is calculate TB. Okay, this height right here. So I'm going to draw another triangle. This is T, B, and M. Okay, we know this is 63.4. Let's just call that X. And this length from here to here is we take this from the previous part, from the previous page, and the previous page we said that from B to M is 60.4. So we just figured that out, that that was 60.4 from the previous page. And we need to find the height of the tower. So if I've got the opposite and I've got the adjacent, then I'm going to use tangent. So tangent 63.4 is equal to opposite over adjacent, and then multiply 60.4 on both sides. I get x is equal to 60.4 tangent 63.4. And I put this into my calculator, and I get the height of the tower is 120.6 meters. So that's this height of this tower is 120.6 meters. Okay, so now I'm going down to this picture here. We know this is 120.6. We know this distance from here to here is 60.4 meters. And N is halfway up, right? So this height here is going to have to be 60.3. Because it's half of 120.6. So now that I know that this is 60.3, we already knew this was 60.4 from the previous page. So I've got 60.3 and 60.4, and we're trying to figure out that angle. So I could say tangent theta is equal to opposite over adjacent, so 60.3 divided by 60.4, and so we can do the inverse of that, so tangent of 60.3, 60.4. So I do the inverse of that to find the angle, and then I end up with the angle is equal to 44.952 degrees. Those three significant figures. The angle is going to be 45 degrees. And the next page of this video is going to be in another video.